Good morning. Thanks for your company. This Wednesday, the 23rd of September, I'm Jessica Amir, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Well, Australia will start to reopen its borders in a bid to get the economy back on track, with New South Wales operating border bubbles with Victoria and Queensland, and South Australia will reopen to New South Wales, all at a time when the UK is entering tougher restrictions for potentially the next 6 months. Over in the US, good news there, existing home sales up 2.4% in August, rising to the highest reading in 14 years, and that's supported by record low interest rates. And now, speaking of record low interest rates, the Federal Reserve came out overnight saying that it would continue to do all it can to support the economy for as long as it takes, keeping in mind they're not looking at touching interest rates for 3 years. A similar story to Australia, where yesterday we learned that the RBA is looking at keeping rates on hold for 3 years. On top of that, in the US, better than expected earnings came through overnight from Nike and KB Home, with Nike sales up 82%, and that sent Nike shares up 6% after hours. Elon Musk also announced Tesla deliveries are expected to grow 30 to 40% this year, and that revved up the car maker's shares after hours as well. So strong earnings, economic news and stimulus hopes all supported sentiment and saw US equities attempt to rebound after 4 days of selling. The S&P 500 up 1.1%, the Nasdaq up the most 1.7%, and the blue chip Dow Jones just up 0.5%. As for commodities, the oil price nudged slightly ever ahead. It's now at $39.60 US. The gold price continuing to fall, and it's trading at $1,905 US as investors continue to rotate out of gold and invest into the safe haven US dollar. Now, with that, the Aussie dollar has dropped about 0.8%. It's now at 71.67 US. Now, this continued pressure is, of course, pressuring the iron ore price, which has lost almost 1% overnight and fallen from its 14 September 5.5-year high. So keep an eye on iron ore majors today as they continue to move lower amid the commodity pullback. What else to watch? Well, the Aussie futures are suggesting a 1% lift today, and keep an eye on services and manufacturing numbers. On the economic side of things, that'll be in full focus in terms of a preview of what to expect for September numbers before the official reading is out next month. As for trading ideas that may be worth a look, Harvey Norman HVN maintained as a city buy with a $5.20 target. HVN's outlook remains upbeat. If you look at July and August year-on-year sales in terms of pre-tax profit, it's nearly tripled, and City sees upbeat sales continuing through the first half of 2021 right until February 2021 next year, with the business continuing to see strong demand from bushfire impacted sales. So for City, HVN is its preferred stock pick in the discretionary retail sector. HVN a City buy. And JP Morgan remains bullish for gold, expecting the gold price to average around $2,000 US over the next 6 months. And this comes at a time when Macquarie heavily upgraded Saracen SAR to an outperform from an underperform, with its $6.10 target. So that's Saracen SAR. Macquarie also gave a similar massive upgrade to Northern Star NST, upgrading the stock from an underperform to an outperform with a $16.40 target. Elsewhere, keep an eye on Elders ELD, Wesfarmers WES, and Base Resources BSC. All three of those stocks giving off strong bullish charting signals, and that's according to Trading Central. I'm Jessica Amir with Bell Direct. Stay safe, happy trading.